I've heard of you. I've heard of you. It is happening again. Sorry, I'm just quoting random nonsense from Twin Peaks. My name is Dakota. I'm 1/3 of your hosts on Project Geekology. We're joined as always by
Anthony. I am recording here from a remote shack in the woods. I may or may not have somebody named Leo Johnson in the corner with a shock collar on, but joining us as always is
Angry Rich.
Angry Rich.
That's the most playful you're gonna hear me all night. Things are about to get. If you think that what happened to Laura and Leland was bad, the assault on your ears, guys. I apologize in advance, but I am excited to welcome this week the progenitor of my anger. I kick it over to our special guest.
Hi, I'm Jenn. I'm the person who had to endure Rich screaming like Laura Palmer while we were grading Regents exams with our full English department at our school. He just did like a Laura Palmer scream, and everybody kind of looked over, and he was like, "Why did you do this to me?" And other teachers were like, "What's Twin Peaks?" And I was like, "We're not talking about this." So that was a good time.
She cultured you. That's what happened. Yeah. People love David Lynch. Like, genuinely,
I love that man.
People love David Lynch. I was telling these guys in a group, our group chat that we have, about how certain directors just like absolutely adore him. Like Stanley Kubrick, massive director, developed some of the best films of all time. His favorite movie is Eraserhead, which is an early Lynch film.
That was Lynch's first film.
Lynch's first film. Imagine your first film is Stanley Kubrick's favorite film, and if you think Twin Peaks is crazy, that's another level of absurdism. But other directors that notably really wanted to work with Lynch, George Lucas was pretty adamant that he wanted David Lynch to direct Return of the Jedi.
Yeah,
at
George
that point,
Lucas asked David Lynch.
At that point, it was Revenge of the Jedi.
Rich's face is really funny right now.
Yeah, you can look this up. You can look this up. George Lucas flew him in, talked his ear off about this entire world that he created, and David Lynch was just like, "Are you sure you got the right guy?" And he basically said that like George Lucas gave him too much of a headache and said, "You should just do it yourself."
That interview where he tells that story is really funny. I'll send that to you guys.
Yeah. He's a character. Apparently he immediately called his agent and said, "Hey, I'm gonna not do the Star Wars movie." And the agent's like, "You just lost out on millions of dollars." And he's just like, "Yeah, well, it's not my movie." So that's the kind of guy he is.
I do think he was right.
It was the wrong call. Like, he was not the person to direct that. But
yeah, I was gonna say to be fair, at least he recognized that. At least he because Darth Vader would have probably shot Palpatine into a wormhole and then it would have ended in a black and white movie with Frankenstein all of a sudden.
But wait, you're telling me that you don't think?
I don't think
David Lynch inspired the cave scene. So he cuts his head off, and the mask reveals it's him.
Actually.
Well, no. Return of the Jedi was before Twin Peaks.
Oh, that's right.
So that I don't think.
Oh, actually, yeah, you're right.
But.
Yeah, it was 1983.
We were talking before the show about how the cave scene in Twin Peaks is very similar thematically and functionally to the Kawachi caves in Smallville, and how they kind of, you know what, we're getting way ahead of ourselves here.
Yeah, I was literally thinking the same thing. I was like, we just started the episode.
Yeah, I'm just blabbering about this guy. let's throw it over to Happy Rich, who's not talking about Twin Peaks in this segment of the show.
Oh, I'm actually very happy. You would say that maybe this week I feel more than ever you gotta believe, because the Mets signed third baseman free agent Bo Bichette, son of MLB great Dante Bichette. I see lots of great slogans coming, guys. Lots of great slogans. Okay, Bichette happens. Bichette happens.
That's
right?
that's an old
that's
classic.
a good one.
Yeah, that was done for his father.
Okay. Yes, it was done for his father, and I think that we can just recycle it back. And then just Bo. I mean, Bo. There was a wrestler named Bo Dallas, and he had this whole thing where he was like, "You just have to believe." So I'm very excited that this is like a wrestling kind of mixture here. So you get the believe, and the fact that the Mets have "You Gotta Believe," famously Tug McGraw in 1973. It's right there. You gotta believe. I can't wait for the merch.
You Bichette believe. Sorry, let's continue and move past this. What else have you been up to?
Wait, but why didn't he do like Boba Fett? Why hasn't he come up with Boba Fett?
I haven't even gotten there yet. So that's gonna.
He used to play the Yankees every time he was at bat. I would say, "Oh, it's Boba Fett."
Oh, I don't know.
That's the only reason why I knew this guy, was because his name sounded like Boba Fett.
Because I'm very excited about it. This is going to be great. All right, we got a trade. We got Luis Robert Jr., Cuban compatriot. Welcome, guy. Bienvenido a Nueva York. So I'm honestly, I was very upset about Pete, and I'm still. It's like I found it. It's like I got dumped, and it was tough. It was real bad. It was
actually
for a while,
extremely bad. Like, can I say, I like walked into a classroom with Rich by himself crying, and I could tell that it was about Pete Alonso. And so I just turned around, walked out of the room, went to a hot dog stand, and came back with 2 hot dogs for him, because he was just weeping by. It wasn't like a casual. It was like an ugly, like as if his grandma died. Like, and I knew, because he had been dreading this.
Here's the best part is my grandfather died about a year ago, and I was at, and I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this. I did not ugly cry at work because of my grandfather. I cried at home in the privacy of my home. I ugly cried in public in a way that you should not, because of Peter Morgan Alonso leaving the Mets. So it was a lot of change.
Yeah,
our
friends group chat had like a contingency plan ready, because we had a feeling Pete was going, and we were like, we need to do something to cheer this guy up, because like we don't know what's gonna happen. And so like I walked out of the room, texted the group chat, Pete's gone, and then literally just went to get the hot dogs, because that was part of the plan. Our other friend, who is Rich's moral support, stopped what he was doing and immediately went to Rich's side. It was chaotic.
You had you had a glizzy plan in place.
Yes, the glizzy plan.
It was the only thing. But you know what? I will say, after all of that, I'm excited once again to see. I think we have a good squad. We made a lot of good signings, and I'll leave it at that, because I know it's the off season. Anthony's probably thinking like, bro, this is the time that you're not supposed to talk about baseball. But and on a more of a line with the podcast kind of stuff, I just beat with Echoes of Wisdom, the Legend of Zelda game. Really, really enjoyed it. Really fun. They can do a really cool. They don't let you, like, as most Zelda games do, they don't let you like play after the end, because you've defeated the bad guy. So there's no point for fighting. There's peace. Now there will be peace in our new empire. But they let you like start from like the point right before the final battle, and it kind of gives you like an acknowledgement that you've finished the game, and you can pick up the rest of it. But I think it's really fun. I mean, if you're somebody who played, I forget the order of them. There's Breath of the Wild, and then there's the it's the newer
Tears
one.
of the Kingdom.
So I played Tears of the Kingdom. I played Breath of the Wild, and I thought it was very large and expansive, and more complicated than I was kind of used to for Zelda games, in a way that, like, I didn't like the fact that the weapons degraded. That's really kind of frustrating for me. But I got over it, and I liked it. And then my son was playing Tears of the Kingdom, and it's so much.
Yeah, it's a lot. There's a whole sky area. There's the the main area, which is like the the overland, and then there's an underground area. It's a lot. Yeah, I'm also with you on. I'm not the biggest fan of degrading weapons myself.
Same. I hate that.
Certain games do it okay. Like World of Warcraft has degrading gear, but in these games, it's so fast.
Yeah.
Like you get like maybe 3 fights in, and then your sword explodes. I don't like that.
So Echoes of Wisdom, I think, is like weird because you're not Zelda. I mean, you're not Link. You're Zelda, but it becomes. I think it becomes a really fun game once you start getting it. And what's really cool about it is, I think it has elements of Tears of the Kingdom that like everybody can solve puzzles in creative ways with different echoes. So you don't have to follow a cookie cutter approach to most of the stuff. However, like, there still is like some obviously shared community stuff and some stuff that you have to do similar. So I enjoyed the aspect that there was a creative way for me to do things, but not so creative that I was like frozen with options.
Okay.
So highly recommended. I would pick it up if I were you guys. I'll kick this over to Antonius. What are you up to this week?
Double finger gun to you.
Whoa, dangerous. Is that those concealed weapons? We don't.
Hey man,
we don't have that up here.
My bad. Well, we're in Florida.
Yeah, he's in Florida.
Constitutional carry. But so for me, I've been continuing like playing World of Warcraft, but now I'm kind of going into a rabbit hole where now I'm starting to dive into the lore of World of Warcraft. I kind of played some of the older games back in the day, but I mean, it's been so long. So I started reading this book called World of Warcraft Chronicle 1 or Volume 1. And it kind of reads as like an historical account of World of Warcraft from like one period to, it's like kind of the beginning towards like a certain point. Huh?
Like an in-universe chronology or like
right.
Okay.
And
nice.
then and so like it's not like, it doesn't read as like a story. It reads like, like you're reading the history of it. And so there's 4 chronicles. So the next one, I believe, kind of covers like the Burning Crusade era. After that's like Wrath of the Lich King. After that, I think it is like from Cataclysm up to Dragonflight, maybe like one of the more recent ones. So I don't know, man. Like I've always spent so much time in the Warcraft universe that I spent a little time in the story, but not too much time. So I'm like, you know what? I want to learn a little bit more. So I've been reading that. And then there's some like books outside of that I want to read. And some of the, there's like the graphic novels and some of the, I think there's some manga out there too. So I've been reading that. Yeah, man, I've just been Warcraft out, bro.
That's crazy.
Solid.
Jenn?
Well, you know how it gets, Dakota. You do the same thing.
I definitely do. I find a universe that I get like really into, and then I get all into it.
Yeah, we need to bring you back to Warcraft.
Don't you dare.
Wasn't your mom like addicted to Warcraft, Dakota?
I mean, she wasn't like addicted, but my mom played like base WoW for a couple months maybe. I think she got a character to like level 50, which is surprising for a mom of 3. But,
well, actually, back then that's surprising because it took a lot of time to even, because it went up to level 60, but it took a very long time to even leveling up to 10 took a lot. So yeah, that's a lot. But yeah, we've told the story. Dakota and I were like really into it. Like we would wake up super early just to play it. So
I remember Dakota saying like it was basically like he needed to play at times when his mom wasn't. And so that was like
right, because we had a family account. It wasn't like so like, but the issue with the family account is both my brothers also played, my dad played, and my mom played, but there was no like multi-person thing at the time. So like we only had one computer, so we all had to play one after the other, or you know, like whenever we had time for that. But
which is like extremely cute. Like, which really cute family bonding.
Which is pretty much this. It's the same now. Like you can only you can share an account, but like you can only play that account can only play one game at a time. Right, you know. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, we used to, was it the wee hours of 5 o'clock in the morning? I think we would wake up to play. That's crazy. Like we woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning to play World of Warcraft. Like it was our job. You know. Now, like 5 o'clock in the morning, I look at the time. I'm like, no, thank you. I'm not thinking about playing video games at that time. So
I wake up at 5 in the morning to watch Disney vlogs.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, is that your start to like get ready for work?
Yeah, I like get up, I make coffee, and then I like go downstairs. Today I actually didn't watch a Disney vlog. Today I watched like the 17-minute behind the scenes HBO thing for A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So I watched a little different thing today, but usually it's like a short little video that is just like kind of happy and cheerful, and then I just like go on with my day.
Okay, I see.
Why
that.
Are you laughing, Rich? What's so funny? That's so amusing.
Because you said you make coffee, and I was just very.
Oh well, so Dakota's been getting up like earlier than me. He's been leaving now before I get up because he has to be at work. And so in the past, Dakota always made me my coffee every single morning, so I never had to make coffee. So this is like a new routine.
Yeah, so I commute an hour both ways. So if I start my day, like if my job starts at 6 in the morning, I have to basically wake up and leave between 4:30 and like 4:50. So yeah, I'm out of the house before you even wake up usually.
Yeah, so I've been getting up around like 5:15ish. Like
I
hear
remember
him leave, like I vaguely hear him disperse, but then I don't get up for it.
So like he just like leaves and he's just like, see you in 25 years.
I think Rich secretly really liked it. It's just, it's so maddening that it's impossible for him to admit it. So we'll have to like eke that conversation out of him a little bit as we go.
We will. But yeah, that's pretty much like what I've been up to, just spending time in the Warcraft universe, and then also listening to an audiobook on the rise. And I mean, they say the fall, but I mean they're still kind of up there of Blizzard Entertainment. So
I thought you were gonna say the Roman Empire. I was like, whoa, look at this guy.
Yeah,
go.
Big moves.
Well, I guess like the fall of like its beloved status, I guess, but
right,
it's still pretty big. But yeah, so what? I'll throw the conversation over to you both, and then or either or.
The same stuff, pretty much.
Yeah.
Dakota.
Well, we watched A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah, that's the new Game of Thrones spinoff.
I really liked. I really liked that.
Why are you laughing about this?
Because the beginning of that, like the opening sequence, and then it hits the Game of Thrones music.
Oh yeah.
All right. And you guys tell, right? Like, I mean, we're allowed to say this part, right?
Yeah. So in the first 5 minutes, you get like this like guy who has literally nothing to his name except like a couple horses and a sword, and he's like starting to go on his journey. He as a knight, he's trying to like make it as a knight, and it starts playing the Game of Thrones music as like he's like setting off for his adventure, and then he like makes a face, and then the music stops, and it's just like a clip of him taking like a projectile poop,
like liquidy poop
from behind a tree. It's the most disgusting thing ever.
I like gagged.
It was tasteful. It was far enough away. It was
not tasteful.
Where you kind of just saw the silhouette.
You can't make that tasteful.
Even George R.R. Martin was just like, maybe that wasn't necessary.
Please don't use that. Please don't use that word in the same sentence as projectile poop. Tasteful.
I'm gonna say this honestly. When that scene hit, I went, my kind of show, baby. This is my kind of show.
Back.
It was, it showed irreverence for everything that came before, but it still very much feels like you're in the Game of Thrones world, which I appreciate. And there's some ties to the original show as well, in terms of like characters that show up and their family lineage and all that.
And I liked it. Reminded, like, some parts of it reminded me a bit of Lord of the Rings for some reason. And I, like, Dakota's dad was saying he thinks it's the color grading. Like, it's like that very vibrant green, and it's filmed in Ireland, obviously not New Zealand, but it was like the colors, but also like the folky music. It made me miss the Renaissance Fair. Like, I went to the Renaissance Fair this summer, and
it does have serious Renaissance Fair
yeah,
vibes.
I really wanted to go back to the Renaissance Fair.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't think we've been doing all that
we
much.
just watched the first episode of Sopranos.
Oh yeah, we're doing a
One
Sopranos.
of my favorite TV shows of all time.
Rewatch.
Oh boy.
I love it. I
I'm
just
gonna-
love it so much.
I might have to join you guys just for no reason. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna soft launch a concept here on the podcast that I haven't spoken about anywhere else, but I've been kind of teasing it for the past couple weeks. I'm working on a new project. It's not necessarily geek critique, but it's in my area, my wheelhouse. It's a project called Long Live the Timeline. And I've been amassing data from a bunch of different series, Twin Peaks among them. I was able to map the entirety of Twin Peaks day to day to day to day to day. And it's actually pretty strong. They kept up with their timeline really well. But I'm basically creating a calendar of events from all media, books, films, shows, the purpose of which I'm not entirely sure how it's going to end up, but it might be if I can get it big enough, it might be something that can generate content every day, basically. In terms of like these events happened in fiction today, you know. So you said that it's not necessarily going to be a geek critique. I might not use it on Geek Critique. I might use it on like shorts. Like I could put shorts on Geek Critique, but it's not like long form video essays, like I've been doing for the past couple of years. So I could do TikTok, I could do Instagram, I could do YouTube Shorts. You know the.
Oh, okay. I mean, you could use the branding and do like Geek Critique Presents, and then like that tagline.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think I can do that.
So yeah,
we'll see.
That sounds interesting. Yeah, and that is in your wheelhouse. You are very much so a timeline guy.
Yeah, so I've been pretty much mapping everything that I have been watching that has like, you know, dates that are attributable to our calendar, our 12-month calendar.
How far along, or like, do you have it all over the place right now, or have you started like trying to meticulously start from January?
Well, the issue that I've found is most media occurs around the holidays. So they just tend to either like land in fall or the beginning of summer or Christmas time. So very few stuff like meaningfully takes place in January, February, March. But there are certain franchises that you can map out many days in, like Twin Peaks takes place late February through like most of March, you know, so I can have an event posted for every day basically because of Twin Peaks. But I would also talk about the other shows and movies that have events or, you know, character births or character deaths that occur on that event, and we can talk about it like chronologically, like this happened in this year, this happened in this year, this happened in this year. And it's cool that some, like I have some dates from certain things, like different franchises entirely, that land on the exact date on that exact year. And so it's like two events from entirely disparate, you know, timelines happened on the same day in like ever. So I think that it's cool and it's fun. I don't have entries for every day of the year. I've probably about half of the year is mapped with at least one entry from different franchises so far. but I'm definitely working on it. Like I think I have probably close to 300 entries from different franchises. I've mapped the first 3 Harry Potter books, and those are kind of nice because they're a little bit front loaded and back loaded, but sometimes there's like random dates in the middle of the year, like this event happened around the Easter holidays, and so I'm able to like kind of, okay, the Saturday after Easter, got it, I can figure that out. So yeah.
Can I suggest a cheat?
A
possible cheat.
You can absolutely suggest a cheat. I do. My personal choice is that I want to have the notes to back it up, so I will have to vet every entry.
Oh, you'll vet it.
Okay.
So I think that there is an untapped resource for you in the event that you're struggling for a date. Okay. Professional wrestling happens to be the longest running weekly episodic television show in like the history of television, right? And it has tons of characters and things happen like twice a week for a very long time. So I think you would be hard pressed to find one calendar date that a significant wrestling occurrence or a significant wrestling event has not occurred.
Okay, that's fair.
And I would say, dig it? Oh, yeah. Unbelievable. A lot of content, huh?
All right.
So, yeah, anyway. Dakota came up with this idea by laying out 30 flashcards, and he had a tape recorder in hand.
Would not be surprised.
Yep.
Jenn had a dream. She put her hand in water overnight, and then something
Jenn is the Diane.
There was like slept on a pea, took a note, and then Dakota just made the timeline.
All right, let's jump into. Anyway, I don't know exactly the form that it's going to take yet. I want to populate my project a little bit more before I start making, because I would like to batch entries. Like if I do like a daily project, I would record like a month at a time. Like so at the beginning of the month I would have everything ready to go and then release it daily like that. But anyway, that's my plan. Not really sure how it's going to work yet, but I'm excited because I like that stuff. But anyway, let's jump into Twin Peaks. Diane. Who is Diane? I'm just gonna say
that's a rage bait right there, Dakota.
I'm just saying things.
I
to
understand.
I actually am saying things to rage bait.
Okay, so I won't lie to you. So this Wyndham Earl, which by the way, like I'm sorry, and it's not anything to do with just Wyndham Resorts hotels. Like just comes to mind whenever. Also, like I don't know why it bothers me, and I'm not sure if this is just my subtitles. It's written Windom.
That is how it's spelled, and it's I don't like that like spelling because it should be WHY.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So that bothers me. There's like a Russ Barry Wyndham. Like sorry. So like I've heard the name before, and that was not the spelling, but I'm not. I'm just being crazy there.
All right, I have to ask both of you really quick. Just so that everyone following understands what we covered this week. The first week we just covered the first season of Twin Peaks, the first 8 episodes. The second week that we covered Twin Peaks, we covered the first 9 episodes of season 2. That covered the entirety of the Laura Palmer arc, unless we decide later to go into Fire Walk with Me. What we covered this week is the remainder of season 2, so 11 through 22. I'm curious if you guys liked this more or less than the Laura Palmer arc. I'll send it over to Anthony. You could be honest, like if you didn't like it as much.
Why did you send it over to me? It was interesting. Like I did like this one a lot. It felt like a pseudo third season. Like it could have easily been like another season, right? I liked it. We got some interesting characters. We finally got to meet Wyndham Earl, who is an absolute maniac. But he's like him and Cooper are like, like two sides of the same coin, one has kind of used, one has used his knowledge for good and the other has used his knowledge for bad. And yeah, Wyndham Earl, yeah, whew. Yeah, I did like it a lot. I did laugh a lot on the last episode because I'm pretty sure that Mark Frost said, David Lynch, just have at it. It's the finale. Just go full send. And that's what happened. It was a full episode of like the end of season 1, episode 3. It was the whole thing.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong. And there's actually like reason behind that like tonal shift. Rich, did you overall this half of the season, did you find more appealing or less appealing than what's known as like the classic Twin Peaks era, which is the Laura Palmer arc?
How do I say this? So when I approached the first season, I thought I was engaging in logic and reason, storytelling. I approached it in a terrible way, right? Like I don't know what standards I had. I got into this, like Bob was in me. It's over. Like I succumbed to Bob. I just was like, it doesn't matter anymore. Just watch it. Don't even Nadine. The divorce. Like, so if you think she's a 16-year-old, like, you think she should be making legal decisions for herself? There's so many questions. The stupidity of most of the town people, like Donna, like some dude's just in your house, and you're like, what's going on? But the whole season, she's just like, hi, I'm so sultry. How are you guys? It's cold outside. all season. James, what? Evelyn, what? I don't understand. He's like 16. I don't understand. Like, what? And he's a mechanic. So he's like, oh, look, I'm a mechanic. I have grease on my face. He literally is Blue Velvet. Like, Blue Steel, whatever, from Zoolander. Like, that's like his look. Like, that's a stupid pose. I want to punch him in the face. Yeah. My favorite moment of the entire season. Oh, hold on. Doesn't Wyndham Earl dress up as like a pirate or something ridiculous?
He had a bunch of outfits.
We have another.
He dresses up as Log Lady.
Like he's worse than. That's the best. If you watch the A-Team, like the early seasons, all right, Hannibal like dresses up as characters to like disguise himself so that he can like vet clients before they engage in actually helping them, and they're always so terrible, the outfits, right? And I'm just like looking and I'm like, this is like Yamamoto or whatever. Sorry, no, that's the pitcher for the Dodgers. Kojumato, Catherine's fake, right? That was weird last season, right? But Wyndham Earl's like costumes this season were they weren't even good. Like it makes me angry. And honestly, Log Lady was good. All right, you know what? Like I think Log Lady really was actually good.
I was laughing so hard when Pete walked into the police station. Like, the Log Lady stole my truck. I saw it.
A blue truck. Yeah, blue Dodge.
That was so funny. And then she like walks in like a moment later.
And he's
like, where is it?
but the best moment of the entire season. I mean, okay, I can't. The final 10 minutes, I'm leaving, or whatever. The final 15 minutes, right? I'm like, that's a different freaking being that I'm not addressing yet, okay? Because I'm screaming. I'm screaming very loudly. I'm screaming so loudly that I'm popping the volume, okay? Was when Leo, and I don't believe this has anything to do with any of the abuse he suffered, okay? At all. And by the way, I know last week And I feel like you guys knew this. You set me up. You're like, oh, Rich, do you think that Leo deserves all this? You know what? Hilariously, I still think he does. All right. But, and on top of that, I'm going to triple down on that because my favorite moment of the entire series so far was dumb but Leo, I don't want to hit the censors, goes over and he's like, oh, I've got the remote now. I've got the remote, Wyndham, right? And you see him like getting ready, and Wyndham's getting closer to him, and he's like, I'm going to shock you. And he shocks himself. And then what I don't understand is, why does he keep shocking himself over and over again? Why, guys? Why?
Yeah, that was actually like funny. I was like, what do you think that you're going to accomplish with that? Hello, do you not realize that like when you're getting shocked, it's coming from your neck? And when he's pressing that remote, obviously it's this thing around your neck that's shocking you. But...
I think he is, he's coming from a vegetative state to a place where he's able to be ambulatory again.
That's
so his
true.
Brain's not totally there. And then repeated shocks is probably also not good for your brain. And then like the Stockholm syndrome that he was like roped into.
Yeah.
So
it was kind of interesting, Leo's story. It was almost like what he was like doing to Shelley was happening to him.
Right. Yeah. I
so
actually
it was like he was experiencing like what he was like dishing out, and at least there was some like redeeming, like he let the the major, and he was like, hey, like go save Shelley. But yeah, that was just like this part of the season, just there was so much going on.
What I really like about Leo's plotline is that it's like, you obviously hate Leo and you want to see him suffer, but they really make you question how much you want to see him suffer. And it kind of reminds me of like Theon Greyjoy from Game of Thrones, where you really hate Theon and you're like, I hope he gets his comeuppance. And then, I mean, Leo walked so that Theon's plotline could run, because Theon's was way worse, obviously. But like after a while, you're genuinely like, nobody should have to go through this. Like, yes, what he did was really horrible, and like he was a really crappy character, but watching it is so difficult, and it really makes you kind of question your humanity of like, it's just easier, like the death sentence would almost just be like less of a torture than what poor Theon went through. Not Leo. I think Leo, like you said, Anthony, it's like he kind of got what he gave.
Yeah. So you're saying that he deserved basically the prolonged death sentence, because he was like basically mentally dead.
Yeah. That was brutal.
It was actually, it was like doubled. Yeah, because he had that whole brain dead thing going on, and then he gets like kidnapped. So that was. That was interesting.
Did you guys find that this half of the season meandered a little bit more than was necessary, or?
What do you mean, man? Like, the whole thing meanders. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, it makes no kind. All right, like, I guess, but like, it was like, yeah. It was just like, okay, you guys want to get loco essay? Let's get loco. Like, that's kind of what David Lynch did here. There was just no, okay, man. Like,
okay, let me pause.
The screaming, like this at the end, like there's it's egregious to my earlobes, like my eardrums. Like, stop it. Like, you made your point.
Oh, were you listening?
But like, it jump scared.
Were you listening on headphones?
Yes, and I had it up very loudly, okay? And I was very jump scared every single time. It was very disturbing.
So whenever Laura came back on the screen, he was just like, "Oh God, oh God."
Yeah, I like braced myself.
You started looking like Leo.
I laughed. I was just like, "What's happening?"
Sorry, I got Evil Dead hand randomly.
Man, I don't know. Like, I obviously had like way more like of a good time than Rich did. I don't know, like, it's the randomness just I felt like I was laughing all the time. It was like partially it was obviously like a serious show that had lighthearted moments, but it was just like also just really funny, and just it would catch you like what is going on, and like I would laugh after that, like when Laura started screaming, I'm like, okay. I'm like, what? Okay. And I laughed. I genuinely laughed. And then like the double of Cooper that would like come into the room and just like, let me tell you, the Black Lodge part.
Iconic.
Guys, the giant's
Cooked.
the old man.
I mean,
you lied to me.
David Lynch was.
I actually forgot, Rich. I didn't really remember.
Yeah, I also forgot.
And he literally goes I thought this is what I thought you guys were just giving me the FU, because he goes one and the same.
Yeah, I actually like completely forgot that, but remember I was kind of saying that. I was like, I feel like he's connected, like he knows when the giant is going to arrive, but I forgot that they're one and the same.
So the thing I keep dancing around with this particular half of the season, and the real reason we broke it after episode 9, is that David Lynch left the show after Laura Palmer's reveal.
What the fuck?
Really?
Yes.
I don't know what's happening.
We didn't want to tell you because we wanted to see if you'd notice.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
But then he came back.
Okay, yeah. So hold on. Wait. He was upset that he wasn't ready to unveil the Leland Palmer thing, but the station forced it. So he rushed the ending of the Laura Palmer story, and charged Leland with that and everything. And that was the intent. That was like the true end of that mystery. But he didn't like that they were forcing him to do things tidily, basically. So he left the show, and Mark Frost kind of did as well. And it was run by like the writers' room, and that's why most people find that this half of the season is like markedly more meandering and tonally off. Like
it's less weird.
It's less weird. There's a lot of funny random scenes and like little plot lines that happen, but there's less psychological horror overall than David Lynch usually does. But knowing that the series was probably not going to be renewed for a third season because like scheduling stuff like ruined basically the viewership after, once the second season started, David Lynch came back, and kind of like around episode 20, that's when the story kind of starts wrapping itself closer to where they were going with the Black Lodge. And that last episode, 22, with the Black Lodge, I think it's called Beyond Life and Death, is the episode that he comes back at. And that's where you start getting like the really long drawn out scenes, like in the bank vault. That is like classic David Lynch.
Oh, Sherilyn Fenn.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Oh, Audrey. That was absolutely absurd.
And he never called. He never even like made the phone call she asked.
So basically, he created a cliffhanger so crazy on purpose, like knowing that this show was getting canceled. He was like, all right, I'm gonna burn it to the ground. So he basically, I don't know that is what he did, but everyone kind of assumes that is the logic, like this, like, let me make it so crazy that nobody can pick up the pieces.
Or maybe, like, I feel like with him, it's like, it's not that he wanted to burn it to the ground, because I don't think he's, like, destructive in nature, but I think he's like, I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah.
Like, this last episode is going to be what I want, and I'm not going to cater to anyone.
And obviously, like, a third season can be written, past that point. They just, fix or whatever is going on with Cooper and Bob and all that. But when it comes to, like, the Return series, which is probably what we're going to be covering next, Anthony. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. I still kind of I might sneak in Fire Walk with Me.
Do you want to? Would you rather do Fire Walk with Me?
No. We can. You want
to do both?
We can do the other series. I just want to like kind of cover all my bases and watch that also.
Okay.
I think I'm the only one showing apprehension to a podcast about Fire Walk with Me because I think it would be like very dark and not funny and silly. It would be a tonal shift for the podcast. I mean, we could still do it. Like, I'm not opposed to doing it, but it's like because it's from like it's about Laura's life. You're not gonna have like those. There's not a lot of like quirkiness or funniness. So I think a lot of Twin Peaks fans at the time, when they found out there was like a Twin Peaks movie, they were excited for that, and that is not what they received.
So what I'm hearing is that like normally there is a certain level of juice that I would say that the fans like expect, right? And what you're saying is that Fire Walk With Me doesn't have that juice that we're expecting.
It's definitely crunchier than juicier.
So speaking of juice and crunch, I think it's time for you guys to, if you haven't already, go ahead and Anthony, what do you want him to do for us?
I really want to like say this in reverse, but like recorded reverse, but I can't. We don't have that technology here at Project Ecology, but I want it to be kind of like that oil that the log lady had. It was kind of liquidy, juicy. Location of the Black Lodge.
It was definitely a juicy jar.
Yeah, that was a juicy jar. That's the kind of review that we want. We want it to be so juicy that it brings us to the Black Lodge. Okay, we won't mention the White Lodge because we don't know much about it, but we do know about the Black Lodge because we've actually been in it. Lots of red curtains, people talking in reverse but normal at the same time, screaming, doubles, just curtains everywhere. Yeah. Do you all like feel like I just rambled on like how confusing that was? Yeah. That just imagine how we felt.
Yeah.
Do you see when you guys like watch stuff, you're just waiting, like you're just watching looking for the juicy plug?
No, to be honest, I don't think I consciously look out for it like I look out for like dates and movies and stuff. It just happens to come up in conversation occasionally. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, guys, we need some juicy reviews, some 5-star juicy reviews. Please be sure to give us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. And just like Log Lady's jar of goop, make it juicy.
So we're not going to talk about how Josie turned into a doorknob?
Oh, we can.
Oh, yeah, that was wild.
That was my favorite
I knew
part.
At some point.
I've just been waiting for that moment.
I wish we did this podcast as a video podcast occasionally. Like we don't like get dressed up or anything for this, but like I just want you guys to see Rich's face, the like crossed arms, the like body language. Every time we bring up a new topic, it's just like an angry face and like shaking of the head. It's the funniest thing.
All right, like it's almost like my parents' divorce. I think I just forgot so much to protect myself. Okay, like. So I if you had not directly mentioned it, I think that my brain was like, cool, right? But that reminded me of the face of one of the characters at the beginning opening montage to Hercules: The Legendary Journeys with Kevin Sorbo, where one guy I think was getting turned to stone by Medusa. And it gave me like similar vibes, like just being trapped, and I just was like, I don't again, and like it's the same problem I kind of had with Naruto, right? Like there's this establishment, right? Like all right, Bob can go into people, all right. Some people can see Bob, some people can't. There's horses, right? Honestly, the Kawachi caves and Lex Luthor investigating them really actually helped me get centered in the series. I was like, oh, So cool. It's just like, you know, I don't want to call it. I don't want to be offensive in my terminology of it. I don't know. It's not animism. But you know, like it's a theology, whatever. There is a theology there. It's attributed to something. I was like, okay, cool. I can accept this. You know, like that actually helped. Oddly, more than a lot. The symbol stuff, and then it being on the tattoos. Like for some reason, I was like, oh yeah, that happened to Clark. Man, you know, knocked him out. He woke up. Boom, got a mark. You know, like that stuff.
Yeah, actually, I liked that whole aspect of the show. That was my favorite part of this season, or this half of the season, was the continued like growth of the lore about like the town itself and its Native American roots, like the legends that Deputy Hawk's people have about the White Lodge and the Black Lodge, and then finally getting that petroglyph in full. And I kind of like that Andy was just like so transfixed with it that he was literally cracking it as they were going, but like nobody believed him because like it's Andy.
Oh, D-Day? And they're like, what? D-Day? You know,
Dad Day.
One guy's literally named Dick, right? And they're like, what? And it's like, oh no, it's Dad Day, you know? The fact that any of those women were just, all of them were convinced they were going to win Miss Twin Peaks. And the fact that like with 10 people in the competition, this is some sort of illustrious competition that everyone cares about. Like the talent pool, my friends, includes a one-eyed woman who thinks she's 16. Like
that's talent.
I don't understand.
That's extreme talent.
And also, if she's
dude, she's super strong too.
Yeah, she actually
is she
talented.
Though? Anthony, is she super strong? Because if she's super strong, why does the knock at the end like jiggle her back together? Because it's like if she was super strong, she would resist that.
Yeah, but
no?
I mean, usually, I mean, have you noticed that? Like, have you ever noticed that any like, it seems like any movie or TV show when there's like any hulking strong individual, they're weakest at their head. Come on, I mean, you got your brain there.
That's a good point, actually.
You know, so I would say any brain trauma is going to take anybody out. So, but there's that. The whole thing with Andy and Dick Tremaine with that little brother they were like, oh, he may be the devil.
I wonder if that directly influenced the Adam Sandler movie called Little Nicky, because
dude, I was thinking the same thing.
Because the kid's name was Little Nicky, and they kept saying that he's like the devil, and Little Nicky is literally about like I think the son of the devil or something like that.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, And
then they dropped the storyline entirely. They're just like, next, let's have Dick Tremaine do a wine tasting.
Dude, they had that guy everywhere.
They had him everywhere.
He was doing the wine tasting. He was doing the...
He's supposed to be a salesperson at a like department store. What is he doing everywhere?
He's doing everything. He's a judge at Miss Twin Peaks.
There are a few men.
Speaking of everywhere,
yeah, tell me.
Well, where is that one harlot who almost killed the mayor's brother, which is just such a ridiculous story.
Oh.
I have a fact about her. She's the sister of a very famous celebrity. Does anybody want to guess who she's the sister of?
I think you told me, and I've already forgotten.
Oh, really?
Well, I know her. I've seen her in other things. Robin Lively.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I've seen her. I've seen her in other stuff.
Based on that, who's her sister?
Blake Lively.
Yeah,
oh,
Blake
that's
Lively's
right.
sister.
That's right.
We also had Zoe Deschanel's mom on the show.
And then I also was the actress.
The lady in the wheelchair is Zoe Deschanel's mom.
Sorry,
and then the actress. Oh, I can see that. The actress for Norma is Rashida Jones' mom.
Wait, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, I stumbled across that.
Wait,
I was like,
Rashida
oh, that's
Jones?
crazy.
That's cool.
What'd you say, Rich?
Oh, hold on. What? Oh.
Every time we give him a new fact about this show, like his whole worldview collapses.
Ben Horne.
Oh man, what?
Also, Billy Zane. Billy Zane.
Billy Zane.
I do have to point out that my wife said that she's a huge fan of Murder, She Wrote. Like like I won't give out her government name because I'm kind of really embarrassed by how much she loves this show. She absolutely, and she sat down and she goes, "Why is that I keep seeing people from my show?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she was like, "That guy's on the show." And I'm like, "You know who that guy is?" She's like, "I don't know, the guy who's on Murder, She Wrote." I'm like, "That's like," I was upset for her, right? I was like, "That's Billy Zane." Like everybody knows Billy Zane,
especially from Titanic.
And she pointed out a couple things. So no, she didn't remember that part. She was like, "No, that's the guy from Murder, She Wrote," because apparently, like, Murder, She Wrote was shot in a very similar, like, I guess it was the same time period, so it just the way it's filmed, like the quality, it almost soapy in some way that it is.
That type of film.
It was very reminiscent. Also, did you guys notice a scene where Billy Zane was wearing like a thick cable sweater that he tucked into his jeans?
Yes, I really liked that sweater.
Which is highly distressing. I openly said, "Does he have a sweater tucked into his jeans?"
You can't do anything to make him look bad. He could wear anything, and he's always going to look great.
He could dress as Log Lady.
What about Ben Horne, man?
Oh my gosh!
The Confederate general, like
where he literally was playing as Robert E. Lee, and he won the war for the South.
He had a whole like friggin' diorama,
and the psychiatrist was just like, "No, just gotta let it play it out," and then like,
dude, and they were singing songs together.
Like after Laura, like everything happened, right? Like didn't anybody in the town be like, "Yeah, that's the worst guy to do anything here"? Like I don't.
He lost zero street cred after Laura. Like they all still like kept going to him.
Yeah.
He's just the town shrink.
He's just the town shrink.
I did love the outfits, especially Audrey's outfit in like the final scene of the Civil War battle. Like I loved like period pieces, so I was a big fan of that. I thought that looked fantastic.
I do love the I like the Civil War arc for Ben Horne just because I think they did such a fun job with it, and like all the other characters were playing roles within the war, but also playing real world. I mean, not real world, but you know, like their own characters at the same time. So like Bobby would just like randomly like blow the trumpet really bad, and then just like skulk out of the room like, I don't care about this at all. I love Bobby, man.
Bobby.
I strongly dislike Bobby. There's one part where like Coop's really, I can't remember exactly. Maybe you guys will remember. He's like, it's a very serious moment. He's going on about something, and then he just like stops to correct someone about something very minuscule. It was like an emergency moment, and he was like giving out orders. He's like, also like, that's not the way things are done. I don't remember.
Oh, I do kind of remember, but I don't remember what it was and who he was correcting.
Yeah, it may have been Andy because Andy's dumb. But it just was so Coop. Like in that moment, it was just for me like he's being very serious, right? But then like he just has to correct someone about like something, the way they said something or did something, and then went back to like the matter at hand.
I feel like as teachers we can relate to that. Like you sometimes have to just like, okay, I can't let that slide. Now back to what we're doing.
Yeah. Like someone uses a double negative, and I'm like, you know, like I've had a kid like I've been really angry at a kid for like hitting somebody else, but they use a double negative, and I'm like, first of all, that's a double negative, all right. So let's change that, but let's address the hitting. You know, so I really did appreciate that. But honestly, like, guys, when they started talking about the young lady that died in Coop's arms, okay, honestly, this was my biggest FU moment to all of you in this podcast. David Lynch, number one, okay? It's not Diane. It's not Diane. It wasn't Diane.
That was Diane.
Well, I mean,
because she died and Diane's not dead.
Yeah, Diane's still giving him like earplugs and stuff.
Yeah, she sent him earplugs when he requested them.
That would be a huge plot hole. If
he also thinks that a giant took his ring off, but an old man didn't give him coffee. I thought that
you didn't get Dakota when Dakota, like when you were like asking last week, you're like, are we gonna find out who Diane is? Dakota's like, answers will be given, and it's just the way that he said it did not instill confidence. I knew he was baiting you. I felt it.
Answers.
I was just like, there's no way. I was like,
hold on, but there's
the
another
way
season.
that this show is,
season. Like,
it's
the
not going to
returns.
give that to you.
We might learn in the return. Why are you laughing?
If Diane is not revealed, you will attend at least one Met game every month.
Every month
for the entire season.
Jeez.
Wow. By the way, there's like 6 months. That's like 6 games. You guys are like,
true.
what? By the
We
way,
just spend
Dakota
so
is
much money
currently
at the
wearing.
baseball
So
games.
just so you guys know, he's drinking out of a Mets glass, and he's wearing, I'm fairly certain, a Brandon Nimmo, a NYC Connect hoodie.
That's Nimmo?
From the New York Mets.
I don't think it has Nemo's like number or anything on it.
There's like
it's
a
just,
logo on the sleeve.
I think it's just the Mets logo, but yeah, I like to support my New York teams. All right, we have so much to talk. There's literally so much that happens in these episodes. Let's just the James Hurley story.
Oh my god.
Everybody hates it. Like it's a
I
known
hate him.
thing that everybody hates the James Hurley arc because it just comes out of nowhere, leaves, and it's like they didn't know what else to do with the character, so they just eventually just sent him going to San Francisco and Mexico. And
My
then-
favorite part was in his postcard that he writes to Donna. He's like, I'm in San Francisco. It's great here. Next stop, Mexico. It's like, that's definitely not your next stop on a bike, pal. You're going to have to make many stops before you hit Mexico. That's a very far drive.
Yeah, it's got to be like, what, 12, 13 hours from San Francisco?
Next stop, Mexico.
I'd assume he wants to take the Pacific Coast Highway because he's on it's like a sightseeing thing. But anyway, yeah, the Evelyn story really is probably most people's, or one of the least favorite things in Twin Peaks. It's just like, it comes out of nowhere. It's not
truly
even
horrible.
it's not even in Twin Peaks.
It like leaves as fast as it shows up.
Correct.
It's like the Chicago storyline in Stranger Things.
Yes. Oh
It
my
happened,
god.
and we want to forget about it. Just
Yes.
move on.
But they brought it back in the final season. They brought a character back. Anyway,
Maybe everyone comes back.
Yeah.
what do you think about episode 11, by the way? The real
Oh,
finale.
dude. Oh,
The real
my
real
goodness.
finale.
I gotta say, like, I did not expect what they were gonna do here. And
3 Vecnas. I didn't realize.
like, oh,
Anyway, sorry. Let's stop.
and Billy, what Billy did?
Billy's back.
Like, oh,
Dude, I was so
wow,
confused.
Man.
I was like, wait, what happened?
He's like the true hero of the franchise. Like, we didn't know. He's like the Neville. Like, we didn't see it coming, but like, there he is in all his denim glory. And then Bob took him over. It was kind of crazy.
There's that crossover episode.
Yeah.
There's a moment earlier in this part that Major Briggs, like, he disappears to the White Lodge.
Yeah, that was a cool scene, actually.
And there's actually a really nice moment between Bobby and his mom. Like he was genuinely trying to like console her, and like you could tell. And then like when he like showed up, like he was like, oh my gosh, like he wasn't even mad, like he wasn't even popping off. Like when he showed up, like it was a mix of like amazement and kind of like relief. And when he like asked for a drink, he didn't even like say anything. He just went and did it,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think
I can't.
Bobby
with you too.
What?
What?
You're everyone here and their Bobby love. Go ahead, but like he is just he's like last week you made the point like, oh, he had such a great moment with his dad, and then he was a douche 2 seconds later. Like, this man is a constant douche canoe. He's nice to his parents for 3 seconds, and you guys fall to pieces. Like, look at his behavior.
But I think
he is a terrible human.
What's great about the David Lynch idea of like people is that it's not they're not boiled down to one emotion or one stereotype.
Nobody's black or white.
Yeah,
just like real life.
Because you can be outwardly like, I can do something that's bad and the rest of the world sees it on video and I'm now a bad guy, but the rest of my life can be totally normal, so it's one of those. But
so like you could like maybe need to relieve yourself on a bus and can go on a video, and some people think you're a terrible human, but maybe you're a really good dad.
There's no redemption for P bus driver.
No. What else?
I wanted to say I really like, speaking of kind of what Anthony was saying about like no characters like black or white, and like you kind of like, even for Bobby, who's shown a lot of like really just morally impure moments, like there's kind of some moments of redemption. We have Ben Horne, who was basically Twin Peaks Jeffrey Epstein, and now he like bought the Bible and like the Torah and like a bunch of other books. He's like, I want to be a good person, and I feel like that would never get made today. It's like, no, you're just evil now. But he's like, I want to try and be good.
What's funny is that he played out the Civil War for the South, won it, and then woke up like, I gotta be a better person.
dude, bro, that whole arc was just hilarious, man. Every time it showed up, bro, Nadine, every time she showed up, I was laughing the whole time. I was like, this lady is out of her mind.
I like how she roped that kid Mike in to her nonsense, and he was totally into it.
He wanted nothing to do with her, and then all of a sudden, like, they're checking into Ben Horne's hotel. Was it the Great North?
Great Northern, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like, and he's like pretending to be like an older man.
What I love about when Ben Horne decides to be good is he actually like implodes Donna's perfect little family. Like, he's like, I want to be a good person, and like, you know, they were happy, and he basically kind of tried to ruin that. He's like, let me just slip in.
He didn't try to ruin it. I think he had things that he wanted to get off of his. Yeah, he had things that he wanted to get off of his chest, but that ruins their.
I don't know. I hate when people are like that. It's like, well, I need to speak my.
Yeah.
I actually picked up on that.
I'm sorry.
You just muted me.
You're muted.
Sorry, keep going.
God, I don't remember what I was saying.
You said that when people need to like
speak their truth,
kind of speak their truth, but it's really selfish.
Yeah, I find sometimes like when people are like adamant on making an apology for something that's just like over, I don't know. I guess a lot of people would probably disagree with me on this, but I find it really selfish. Like, if somebody from the past like reaches out and is like, you know, I really want to like apologize about this thing, it's like, I don't want to, like, that's over. Like, I don't want to think about that. Like, leave me alone. I'm glad you took care of yourself. Like, now you just reminded me of something crappy. Like, you've ruined my day, sir. Leave me alone.
But anywho, Donna.
So yeah, I picked up on that though.
Ben Horne.
Like pretty early on, that he was Donna's dad.
Oh really?
Yeah, like not earlier in the series, but like when he first started meeting with Donna's mother. I know that like you might have initially thought like, okay, there might have been an affair or they might have been together at some point. I was thinking, you know what? No, I have a feeling that Ben might be Donna's dad. Like I just felt that was because I felt like that would have been too convenient for there to be some sort of affair. It had to be something else, and obviously it was. And so I was like, dang, okay. So I was like, you know, I had to think like the show to like come down to that, you know?
Yeah.
I see.
Speaking about Major Briggs, I think he's one of my favorite characters. Just because he's like true good, you know? Like his alignment is like true good. He does things out of like a moral obligation, not necessarily for growth or power or anything like that. And he even comments about like after he went into the White Lodge and he was, you know, interrogated by I think it was the Air Force was the one interrogating him. He says that their intentions weren't wholly altruistic, and that, you know, it kind of scared him because he's no longer of the mindset that what he's been researching has been for the good, for good, you know, like he thinks it's been probably used for like weaponizing whatever is happening in Twin Peaks or whatever. And I think that the character is just really cool. Just like he's like this wise old man, but he's a military general who's like kidnapped by some like an owl and some glowing light. It's just him along with the log lady, along with Hawk and like the petroglyph and the tattoos that they get. I really like that. What did we think of Annie? Annie shows up. What's that face, Rich? I can't understand that emotion.
It's Heather Graham, bro. I'm sorry. I have to remove myself from the discussion for the remainder. I will. I'm sweet on Heather Graham. Have been since a young weed lad. When she showed up, I went, oh, what's going on? And honestly, the storyline is for shits. So weird. I don't feel like I know enough about where she was, the convent, but like this convent seems like sequestered from time and reality, so she doesn't know like how anything works. Like it's like, oh, you tip the glass and milk goes into your mouth. That's so interesting. I've never seen something like that. And I think that if it was any other actress, I might have completely eviscerate it and not understand why Coop. And then I just love how like Coop's like they're like we're so alike, right? And I think it's anyone else I'd be angry, but I was like, oh, I get it. It's Heather Graham, like so good casting. Like,
Dakota like didn't know her. Dakota, and I was like, it's Heather Graham, and he was like, what is she from? And for me, she's from Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Or so there's I've definitely seen her. I just couldn't place her in something else.
Oh,
yeah. I remember her from Austin Powers, the second movie.
Yeah, like I literally saw that movie and was like, I want to be that when I grow up, and it never happened. It never quite happened. Very unfortunate.
What about Gordon Cole, aka David Lynch, and Shelley? Like his. So okay,
what can you repeat what you're saying?
What about?
I'm just
Gordon
trying to
Cole
make sure I don't know what you're
Shelley.
talking about.
And he could hear her, but couldn't hear anybody else.
But nobody else. It was. I love it.
That was so.
I think that actually might have been a David Lynch thing that he added to the plot, because
you think so?
Well, he wasn't writing the show at that point, like he was just acting in it. But
wait, he was.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. It's like, okay, I'm not running the show, but I'll still be in it.
Really?
Yeah, he basically
so when he was on the
he quit writing and directing the show after the Leland Palmer thing.
He is still credited as
he's
a
still
director,
credited. Though. No, but he's not as a director. He's credited as a producer.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that doesn't mean he's involved with literally every little thing. But yeah, he stayed on as Gordon Cole for the remainder of the show.
That scene felt like he wrote it.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Like this, like adding this miracle of like I can only hear you, but then it kind of like goes nowhere because she stays with Bobby.
Yeah,
like that's ridiculous.
Hey, it's love, man.
Like it goes nowhere. That's such a that was on an index card. He's like, what if one person can hear him, and that's it? Where does it go? It's like here's the thing. It's he presents these cool ideas and then someone goes, where does it go? And he's like, that was one card.
Yeah, in his mind, he's just like, well, that was the scene.
That's what happened.
That's it.
Sometimes you meet somebody and you fall in love and they have a boyfriend and they just stay with them.
Or they move to Baltimore,
Let's see. Is there anything else?
Wait, what?
Oh, sorry.
Is this like a personal thing?
No, it's a Peter Alonso thing.
So it is personal.
We haven't really talked about Wyndham Earle as a villain yet. I'm not a huge fan of like his villain arc, but I kind of like the idea of like the prolonged chess game that they play. Like every move is potentially a deadly one in this game of chess. He plays.
Yeah, I like that too. And then like somehow Pete was the chess master of Twin Peaks.
I love Pete so much, man. Pete is such a funny character.
I like how last season they had cards at like One-Eyed Jack's, like things were like card themed, and then you have Hank who like just carries dominoes, and we never really found out why. And then you have like now there's chess.
Oh yeah, Hank wasn't even in. Oh, because he got arrested. Yeah. Okay, all right.
Hank like would just have like a 4 and a 4, and then a 3 and a 3, and then a 3 and a 4.
And then he would sometimes like suck the dominoes for some reason.
Yeah, it was just like they like games in Twin Peaks. They're big fans of games.
I really want a villain to like not use chess. Like I want them to use like a very uncomplicated
Checkers.
game. Like he's playing Connect 4,
He's
you know,
playing
like something like
Mahjong.
that. Yeah, it's something real simple, you know. It's always got to be like super complicated, and then like it got annoying because like, oh well, now he's playing off the board. Okay, don't tell me all season that he's abiding by the board. He's off the board now. I just
You checked out.
You checked me.
I still the Miss Twin Peaks guys.
Wait, what about the scene where they're like raising awareness for what was it, the weasel? But then it's just a ferret, and then everybody starts freaking out, and it's literally just a ferret, like a basic household ferret.
Excuse me, that is the pine weasel. He's a majestic creature. All right, and without Billy Zane, he's basically gonna die. You know, like, and I mean, obviously Billy Zane got a phone call like, "Yo, bro, she dropped like that necklace into the ocean." He's like, "I gotta go." Like, when are you coming back? I don't know. Like, it's in the ocean. It might take 80 years. I don't know.
Was it the whole like Ghostwood development thing wasn't really like resolved either?
Oh, there's so much that is not resolved.
Well, we did get that connection with Ghostwood where it's like that's where the Black Lodge is. Like that's how you get there.
Oh, true.
And it's called Spooky Ghostwood.
Occasionally, there's some like really nice scenes in this season, or this half of the season. Like there's not as many of these scenes as like the David Lynch run part of the show, but like there's a great scene where Ben Horne is watching old footage of like him and his brother at the opening of the Great Lodge or the Great Northern Lodge. It's just such a well done shot. I'm always kind of entranced by it, and also the music. I don't think we've talked about the music on the podcast, but we talk about it.
Oh yeah, actually, I was going to
text.
mention that.
Like Angelo Badalamenti was a longtime collaborator with David Lynch, and died like shortly, like maybe a year or two before David Lynch. But yeah, his music for the show is so, it just lulls you into a false sense of.
Oh.
Hey Siri, stop.
It's 9 o'clock.
Sorry, usually.
Oh, it's 9:30. Wait, I thought it was supposed to go off at 9.
9:30. Yeah, we have like a noise machine now that like starts up at a certain time.
It's the ocean noises that I go to sleep to.
Does it play? Oh my God?
No, it doesn't.
The Met song?
No. Anyway, the Twin Peaks theme specifically, and the Laura Palmer theme, and occasionally the Audrey Horne theme, just kind of lull you into a false sense of like security before like some craziness has to occur every scene. You know, like there's just something that's gonna happen that's just gonna be like, what just happened?
Dakota, I feel like you're more attuned to things than I am in terms of this, and maybe it's the thing I downloaded, right? So I just want to ask, right? I find that the mixing of the song is loud and abrasive sometimes, and not like softly underlaid. And I don't know if it's just my version of it, but like I find that sometimes, like when Laura's theme comes on, like it's the volume is high for me compared to like the volume of the rest of the scene.
So I think it's played, the music is intentionally played almost like a soap opera where.
Okay, all right, so it is.
Yeah, it's okay, intentional.
I'm not used to that. Okay.
On a TV, it sounds better, like it because it's mixed for TV.
Okay.
It's not mixed really for like headphones where you're getting everything right there. You know.
I did kind of notice that, Rich, when like you were watching it on your laptop the other day. I did notice it sounded.
So
it might have been the file that you downloaded. I don't know.
No, because you actually even said I was like, oh, the music, and you're like Laura's theme, and I was like, yeah, I know it's Laura's theme, but why is it so abrasive? Like it felt like it was attacking me.
Yeah.
But that just might be because Johnny Depp was able to help me out and get the season. So.
Oh, Johnny Depp.
Oh yeah, did you say that was a Johnny Depp and Audrey, like the actress that portrayed Audrey, they were married?
Respect.
That
Oh
yeah, what about earlier in this part of the season, Cooper is suspended by the FBI, and then we get Denise.
Oh yes, I knew there was something that we were missing, something massive.
I can't remember Denise.
David Duchovny.
Oh yeah, that's why I didn't remember.
Yeah. That
I
part.
actually love that part. Like, I love it
It's
so much.
random.
I love that
like,
it wasn't politically motivated. It wasn't like popular at the time. That he wasn't trying to cater to any like specific group of people. He was just like, this is how I feel. Like, this is what I feel like representing, and this is what I'm gonna put in it. And I don't know. I just thought it was really cool.
Yeah, it's an interesting character because like it wasn't a popular thing to do at the time. You know, there was no real trans movement in the early 90s, like, you know, like we see today.
But even then, I don't think he was.
No, he hadn't like modified his body or anything like that. It was just
right
dressing.
It was more of like he was more of like somebody that just felt comfortable like dressing as a woman.
Right.
But like I love that one line that he says when he meets Cooper and Audrey's like leaving the room, and he's like, "Oh, like how old is she?" He was like, "Oh, kind of like confused." Like Cooper was a little confused, and he's like, "Come on now, I'm just like any guy putting my panties on one leg at a time. You know what I mean?" And then Cooper's like, "No, I don't."
No, I don't.
There's just stuff like that, lines like that would happen that would just have me like laughing. Yeah, that part of the season was funny when Cooper got captured in that house and was saved by like the, you know, like, oh, here's some food, and then there happened to be a gun like down like in the stockings. Yeah, it seemed like there's a lot that happened in this. It was like a whole other season, I'm telling you.
It was like a whole other season. So I think we need to anything we want to talk about specifically with the ending. We have it's actually a crazy ending. You know, Cooper is taken over by Bob, and it ends with him crashing his face into a mirror and saying, "How's Annie? How's Annie?" You know, he's like all super manic and everything, and that's how the show ends. Thoughts on that and or the Black Lodge sequence where he's just going like basically back and forth to the same room, but it's like different every time.
What about the scene with Wyndham and Bob?
Oh yeah, I think like
so
Wyndham,
psycho.
Like, Wyndham got his like soul burned. Like I think he's done.
Yeah, he literally got cooked.
He got cooked. He flew too close to the sun, to the Bob.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, like what is going on? But there was like that scene earlier where you see it's in like in the same area where the Black Lodge is, where Bob kind of like pops out for a moment and then like goes back.
Yeah.
Again, I think they're staying with the idea that Bob's Canadian because he wears the full denim all the time. But like, I think this season Bob made more sense. Like I don't know, man. I feel like I'm a broken record when we talk about like consecutive seasons of stuff. But for me, maybe it's David Lynch leaving for a little bit. I don't know. But this season, I almost wish I saw this season before the Laura season. Like I would accept everything in Laura after this season. The Kawachi Caves, man. Like it changes everything. Okay, you have a mythos, you have a lore. Weird things can happen, right? Like, okay, I agree. But like season 1 didn't do that. And then I think that this season oddly is stronger.
Okay.
Because of the lore. Because now you can just embrace the crazy, you know? Like
also, sorry to cut you off a little bit, but
it's cool.
One thing that I think you might find more charming is the random side quests that random characters go through, and that all kind of made sense episodically, and that's classic TV. You know, and I think that's why most people like who are interested in Twin Peaks don't really care about that kind of stuff, because what they care about is the stuff that you don't get on TV anywhere else. You know, so it's one of those. So I've been thinking about like what we're covering next week, because you both want to watch Fire Walk with Me. You both want to watch The Return. So instead of breaking up The Return 9 episodes and 9 episodes, we'll do Fire Walk with Me and then watch the first 8 episodes of The Return. And I think that that's actually a better breaking point, because the 8th episode is the episode of all episodes. Gotta lie.
Okay, yeah, that was like I was thinking, like, is it that one? That is a crazy episode.
It is widely considered one of the greatest episodes of TV ever made.
Why do you should just let them embrace it though? Like, you're giving them too much.
I know. It's just so.
No. I mean, I think that's good enough, and I'm actually glad that Dakota said that, just because of like Rich's interaction with this show has been honestly just as funny as the show for me. It's like it's like part of the experience.
It really is. And we're happy to have you, Rich. I hope you don't feel like we're not joking at your expense. It is important that like there is the guy that doesn't really like everything, you know. Sometimes I'm that guy. Sometimes Anthony's
this
that
might
guy.
be this might be a shock to you, but in the course of my 43 years, I have accepted the fact that sometimes people find enjoyment in my anger, and it's okay. And I have embraced it.
I am one of those people.
Like, it's fine.
It's just
rage baiting is fun.
I get rage baited. I mean, Jenn can tell you this. She taught with me, right? Like,
yes.
You would think that after 17 years in a classroom, I'd be able to see it coming, and I don't.
No.
I fall for it, hook, line, and sinker every time, and it could be the same rage bait, and I'll fall for it the same way every time. So I'm fine with it. Let's just brace the fallout. You know, I'll watch Fire Walk with Me. I'll watch 8 episodes. I'll watch 7 seasons of Sopranos by next week.
Oh gosh.
Let's go.
Oh, we know that.
You guys don't.
Yeah.
Yo, gabagool, baby.
All right.
Let's go.
All right. So episode 150. There's gonna be a lot. Fire Walk with Me, the film. It's on HBO Max, right, Anthony? You said it was on HBO Max. Or
yes.
Or the island.
Or on the Black Pearl.
The high seas. And the first 8 episodes of Twin Peaks: The Return. And I will give you guys just... it starts very different from Twin Peaks. The Return doesn't start like you think it's going to start. But remember, Laura Palmer says, "I will see you in 25 years."
Yes, I remember that, yeah.
They literally made the show 25 years later, you know?
Yeah, that I was thinking that.
Yeah.
Like when she said that, I was like, wait a second, isn't the like revival show like 25 years later?
Yep. Yeah. They did a really it's actually really cool the way that it all lined up that way.
I'm so excited for Dougie. I'm so excited. Dougie.
Oh yeah, Dougie. Yes. All right. No more spoilers. Rich, I'm sorry in advance.
I'm just putting it out there.
I'm gonna thank you in advance, Dakota.
Right before baseball season starts, we are watching Major League. There are no debates. All right, it's gonna be fantastic. I can't wait. But I will. Look, it's the same thing I do here at home. Okay, I embrace the off season. What do you want to do, Lauren? Whatever you want. It's not baseball season. You got me. All right, so let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna burn this to the ground. Let's go.
Do it.
Fire walk with me.
Why does he sound like Dory talking to whales?
It sounds like Wall-E talking.
Or the aliens from Toy Story.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
The claw.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to us here for our 149th episode of Project Geekology. If you want to check out any of our socials, be sure to click down into our show notes below. And please be sure to give us that 5-star juicy review, and we will see you on episode 150.
Get your shovels and helmets because we're digging deeper into this rabbit hole.
Shovels. Oh, you know what? You might be pleased by next season. You know, you take that word shovels, and keep it in mind.
Ready to rage bait, Rich.
Oh, there's no rage bait.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys. Long live the timeline.
Bye.